From Ashes, Chapter 9, The Present. My available personal days blink at me from my screen. I've programmed them in pink. The question is, do I really want to use one in order to, likely, spend a morning driving to a distant town only to get turned down by a woman I barely know? Maybe I'd get an Andes Mint for a consolation prize. I click my phone off. Of course, a little bit of driving isn't that much to lose, and with the day off, I can pick Gabby up from school and take her out for ice cream, a much better consolation prize. I tap one of the pink coated days on my phone, claiming it as my own. Truth be told, I've barely taken a personal day since Rachel died. I've gone on vacation every year, summer and Christmas with Gabby, but those personal days just kind of gape open during the school year, empty holes that I don't want to figure out how to fill. Working is easier, and I like my desk job. Kate was right. I'm good at it. I even find a solid satisfaction in helping people and companies work out problems on their computers, add new programs, simplify, clarify, become more efficient. Nothing could ever be quite like helping someone out of a burning building, but I'm surprised how many figurative buildings are burning in small companies that I can help. It's a good life, a good work, and now my calendar has a big pink stripe through the middle of it. Wednesday comes faster than anticipated. I drive Gabby to school. They're just a few weeks into it, and everything still looks shiny and clean, including the purple unicorn backpack that bounces against Gabby's narrow shoulders. I wonder for just a moment where those shoulders had come from, the slight build, the blonde hair, those eyes that fill her face. Rachel was all curves and dark lines, and I'm tall, broad, hook-nosed, the Greek side, my mother says. I angle my car out of the school parking lot, pointing it south and taking a deep breath. Just a couple tires for a good price, and ice cream with Gabby later. That's what today is about. So it doesn't make sense that I am completely disappointed to see one of the mechanics manning the front desk when I arrive. "Can I help you, sir?" he asks. "Just looking to get a couple tires replaced. Joe here?" "He's around somewhere," the kid says. "Anything in particular you're looking for?" He cranes his neck to try to see what I drove up in. I stare at the candy jar behind him. Sure enough, it's gotten a little low, and a pile of incriminating wrappers is sitting right in front of the kid. "One of my rears blew a couple weeks ago. Thought it'd be good to get the rest replaced too." "New or used?" he asks. I look around for Joe. "Got anything lightly used so the price is lower?" "Price is always low." "That's what I keep hearing," I say. "Show me what you've got." The boy, he didn't look more than 16, though I assumed he was probably about 20, gets up, walks to the rack of tires, the same rack Nora showed me. I imagine her there, that beautiful hair, and then everything around me seems silly. The drive, the kid at the desk, my obsession with the candy jar. Honestly, I say anything will do if the price is good and you can get it done quickly. He points at a couple lightly used tires, and I nod, just as Joe comes in, wiping his hands. "Nora not back yet?" he asks, glancing at me. "Not yet," the kid says, "and I'm starving. Mario's always takes too long." "Worth it, though," Joe says. The kid grins. "Long as they don't mess up my meat lovers this time." I'm trying to follow. "So Nora is here today, but she's out for lunch picking up some food. Fate is not playing on my side. What's the boy got you hooked up with?" I point a little blankly to a couple of tires. I'd missed his spiel about them. Joe nods like the kid has made a good choice. "We'll get him on in a bit. Got a couple cars ahead of you, so it might be a minute." I nod, and the two of us share a look. "He's in a hurry," the kid interjects, and I want just the tiniest bit to kick him. "It's okay," I say. "I can't very well bump ahead of other customers. Y'all do your best." "Yes, sir," he says. "I'll try to get them on as quickly as possible. You got the desk, Joe?" "Yeah, I got it," he says, plunking down and frowning at the wrappers, then shoving them into a small garbage underneath. "In a hurry, are you?" he says after the boy is gone. "Didn't think she was here today. Seemed a waste of time to dawdle." Joe laughs. "Well, now you've got a problem. Mario's pizza is slow as molasses, and that boy's quicker than a rabbit on meth. What else we gonna have to get done for you today so you can stay longer?" "Ah, now I see how you keep those prices low. Just piling the services on your innocent customers." I plunk into one of the chairs. "Innocent," Joe says. "I hope so, because I watch every guy that comes in like a hawk with that girl. She's had a rough go of it, and I'm a little protective of her. He winks. Not quite as protective as Brenda, mind you, but I do my best. Probably going to be a quick interaction anyway, if she even gets back in time, and then I'll be on my way. We'll see, Joe says, leaning back in his chair as I pick up a grimy magazine and the sounds from the garage spill into the lobby. It's a soothing place in its way, the pops and hisses almost like music, metered and rhythmic. Joe must think so too, because he's asleep in minutes, leaving me to wonder what he meant by saying that Nora had had a rough time of it. She seemed to be doing fine. Job, friends, a small town, that smile. I tuck my head in the magazine, trying to shake off the thought. I've only gotten through half an article when the dang kid comes through the door. Got your vehicle done, sir, quick as I could. From the desk, I'm pretty sure I hear Joe snigger. That or he's begun to snore in the chair. Thank you, I say, taking my keys. Got 'em rotated and everything? All done? Good as new. I smile weakly and head to the desk to pay. Joe has aroused himself and is trying to figure out the card reader. Sure you don't need anything else today, he asks. We got plenty of other services. Maybe another time, I say as the little bell jangles outside. I can't quite place the sound until I see a few of the guys gathered around a blue bench cruiser bicycle. A bike bell, just like Gabby's. Nora is standing beside the beach cruiser, face flushed, red hair wisping across her face and shoulders, handing out small pizza boxes to different guys. I watch, a bit entranced or maybe confused. I don't know why it seems so surprising to see her there like that, riding a bike, like a young girl, basket at the front and all. She hands over the final pizza to the kid who did my wheels, and I make eye contact with Joe. He nods, but all of a sudden, I have no idea what to do. I take my keys, head out to my car. But then it seems like the only logical thing is to unlock my car and get in. I press the button, hear the lock click open. But I've driven all this way, all this stupid way. It's like I'm a kid chickening out when I want to ask a girl to the prom. Lifting a hand, I wave. She catches my eye, smiles, and tries to wave back, but she's holding her own pizza box along with a bag of something and a large drink. I put my keys back in my pocket. Can I help you carry that stuff in? "Nah, I got it," she says, holding the food and trying to rack her bike. I go to the door, hold it open for her. "Sure you've got it?" In answer, she balances the box on her hand and somehow manages to lock up her bike. "You sure do got it," I say. "I guess if the tire store doesn't work out, you could put those skills to work elsewhere." She lifts the box off her head and says, "Yeah, guess I could always wait tables, huh?" It made my comment seem trite, like an insult, which wasn't what I'd meant at all. Desperate, I spit out the first thing that pops into my head. I was thinking more like the circus. You've got some mad skills. Mad is right, she says, making her way through the door. Maybe next time I'll juggle. She sets the food down on her desk. No Gabby today? For a moment, I'm dumbstruck. She remembered Gabby, her name even. And by extension, she remembered me. Nope, school. We've got a date afterwards, though, Gabby and I mean. Oh, that's sweet, Nora says. She's a lucky girl. Got the last couple tires done, did you? She nods outside at my car. I gaze at the dragonfly tattoo on her slender shoulder, vines winding up and around it. Seemed like the smart thing to do. It was. Joe stands up, looks at me expectantly. Might have to come back another day, though. Joe said I could use a new. I stall out, gazing at Joe. Rear fender, he finishes for me. Next time you can grab a day off. Yeah, I say. Well, I'll see you then, she says, with that glowing white smile, several of the freckles wrinkling together on her nose. She reaches a hand into her candy jar and pulls out 2 peppermints, one for you and one for Gabby. She narrows her eyes at the nearly empty jar. Those boys. Joe gives me a look that says, say something, ask something, but for some reason I'm all talked out. I pop them into my mouth and Nora and I smile at each other, like a couple of kids at the lunch table. Enjoy your pizza, I say. Best in town, she replies. Then I scoot my way out, the door jangling behind me. I didn't quite get my date to the prom, but as I make my way to the car, the sweet mint melting on my tongue, I can't help but feel like it's been a pretty good day after all. And it's only just begun. I still have an ice cream date with the absolute most beautiful girl in the world.